Hey everybody, we are walking, taking a break. We've been working hard and we like to walk and talk in the afternoon. And I thought I'd bring you with us because there's a lot going on in the precious metals market. Stacey's been selling to first-time buyers all day long. There's people moving money into precious metals, and that should be the bellwether. That should be, hey, this is happening. Not to mention what you saw today.
Well, not just first-time home buyers. I'm getting used to doing real estate, but first-time gold and silver buyers. But they're coming back for the second, the third time they're purchasing. Once they get it in their hands and they see what's going on in the economy, and they come back. And I don't blame them. They want more. So far right now, we're still getting them to you. But yeah, so I went to the bank today. And I took a picture of it. I meant to give it to you. I meant to actually show it to you. It says, starting the 30th, they will no longer do cash advances on like credit cards, debit cards. So if you come in with a credit card, and I did not realize how popular this was. The teller told me that apparently a lot of people come in with a credit card and they want a cash advance. So they give it to them and they're stopping that. They said, we're not doing it anymore. I'm like, man, that is a high interest rate to pay for a cash advance. But she said a lot of people are doing it. They're not doing it on debit cards. They're not doing it for out-of-state people. Even local, I guess if you have a local debit card with them, they're telling you to go use the ATM. They're not going to do cash advance inside. So I'm not sure what that means. She didn't really have a whole lot of information, but it's just one more place that they're saying no to cash.
Seems like bankers never do. They don't really know much.
Well, the tellers didn't.
Hey, those are the composite cross ties I'm going to put in front of my pier to hold the sand. We're gonna have a little beach area, and I thought I'd put those. My dad was kind enough to bring them to me. But as we start to see these things unfold, right? All this issues with money. Everywhere you look, it's banks this, bank that, the Swiss bank, and
Bank of England.
These banks that are defaulting.
Oh yeah.
These governments that are having a liquidity crisis. It's nuts. It's really happening. I'm going to be making videos about ways to make money. And I know there's a lot of people that watch us. We are preppers. We're doing everything we're telling you. But I also am going to profit from it.
The more and more we get out there and the more and more we're meeting people, we're coming across potential investment opportunities. Whether it's right or wrong, we're trying to do our due diligence. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Well, it's not that it's right or
wrong. That's the thing.
Or the timing may not be.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be the investor.
Somebody's going to make the money.
Yeah, somebody's going to do it. If you don't, somebody else is.
Right.
And if it doesn't all crash and burn this time, and we're not trading in guns and butter like a lot of people think, it could be the next time. So you might have a better grip on your precious metals holdings if you take advantage of this one. Because if you don't take advantage of this one, you're not going to make it to the next one. So I'm going to be talking about copper mines. I mean little ones, 25-cent stock. Gold mines, silver mines. These commodities that we're going to have.
Right.
I actually got an interview with Mickey Fulp,
the
mercenary geologist. Super cool guy. I'll actually clip it in just a minute. He's been doing it for 40 years, and he's got some really good investment advice on how him and his, I guess you'd call them clients, people in his newsletter, how they get out of these mines. Because if I put your eyes on these mines and you get into them and they double, I'd like to see you get your money out and watch the rest ride.
No.
And he's got a couple different ways he likes to do it, and I want to show that to you.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because that is an investment. When you call me about gold and silver, I can't always say that's an investment. It's how you look at it. It's a perspective. So yeah, I'm curious to see the video. I haven't even seen it yet.
No, nobody has. I've got several videos that I made there that is really exciting, and a volatile environment is the best time to make money. There's millionaires made in crashes.
That's how Home Depot, it was a really bad, and I heard his interview the other day, the guy, one of the founders of Home Depot. It was a super bad environment. And they said, let's start a department store. And look how big they are now.
Yeah, well, that's when the wealthy start investing. That's the people like you, a lot of you know that I sold my rental properties just for this. We are bracing, getting ready to reallocate funds. And according to history, people don't pay rent when food prices are expensive. And if we're going to be green, we got to have all these things I'm going to be talking about. So this is just a heads up, and I really want you guys to be able to get in, get your money out, and be wise about it, and don't be greedy. I know it's coming. If you've already got your precious metals, and you want to make some profit, there's going to be opportunities in the future. So I think I'm going to roll Mickey right now.
Sounds good.
All right, here he is. Hey everybody, I've got a special guest, the mercenary geologist. His name is Mickey Fulp, and he's got a southern accent as well. I'm happy to run into this when we're on the road. He's just a like-minded guy that I really think you're going to enjoy. And I asked him before we started, what are you the authority in? What is yours? You know what you can do. And he said, I can make people a lot of money because he's been in this sector of mining for a long time. And that's my goal, is to make my audience millionaires. That's really what I want to do.
Me too.
Yeah,
my subscribers, millionaires.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
That's the goal. And how are we going to do it? By investing in these small mines.
Right.
So just right off the bat, I know we're gonna cover some ground. But
okay.
What's like, do you have like a 1, 2, 3, what are the steps to analyzing kind of from the curb, you know what I'm saying? If you're walking by a mine.
Yeah, so there's, with any of these junior resource companies, I'm not gonna get in a lot of detail, but there's 4 critical things. And it's people, share structure, tight share structure, and project on a good flagship project. So this is where I have an advantage, is because I got 30 years as a field geologist and another 15 years as a mining analyst. And the last thing you want is they have cash in the bank. So they got to be able to raise money without severe dilution.
Yeah.
So I've done this a long time, and and I do fatal flaw analyses, and I pick about 2% of the companies that are listed. Start at 98% rejected, and about 90% rejected right off the bat because on paper they don't meet the first three or four criteria.
What's the odds of picking the best?
Okay, so in the history, I've been doing this as the mercenary geologist. I launched a newsletter in 2008, right in the middle of the crisis, because all these other newsletter writers had been disparaged for bad picks. A lot of that had to do with the financial collapse. I go, well, I'm coming in at the bottom, and it's all up from there. So in the history, I think I've made something on the order of 60 picks, stock picks, and we have really strong criteria, double in 12 months or less, because it's high risk, so we want high rewards. And so of those 60 stocks, right about 50, a little bit more than 50% have doubled their prices in 12 months or less. Then the goal is, then we take our profit, all our money off the table. We still got half our position. We call it a power of 2. You got half your position, you've doubled, and you've retained your cash, and you go and do it again. You do it twice. You've tripled your money, do it 4 times, and so you just keep trying to do this. And we've been very successful doing that.
That's exactly what I want our community to do. Now, the people that are listening to this, and the people that are in the comments, are salt of the earth people. I get hundreds and hundreds of comments. I mean, there's going to be a bunch. So, guys, if you like this kind of information, let me know what you think. Let me know. I'd like to have the mercenary back on. I really like your name, Bo. It's really cool.
Well, I got to explain it. Most people think a mercenary is a soldier, but a mercenary, by definition, is someone for hire. And I've been a geologist for hire since 1987, when I got fired by the big mining company and went out on my own. So I'm just for hire. You pay me enough money, I'll probably go anywhere in the world, with a few exceptions. I've traveled and worked and traveled in 31 countries. So.
Is there any country that you've done better in than others?
I've done very well in Latin America because I speak Spanish. I'm not fluent, but I'm conversational. So we've had lots of success in the Americas. One of the things I should also mention, geopolitical risk. And so we're risk adverse, probably more so now than I have ever been. But I got burned in a few places where things got sideways, resource nationalism. and now we got all this ESG stuff. So we're trying to find jurisdictions that are safe. Number
It's
one.
about to be a word I can't say on YouTube. As we see the COMEX being drained, because that's what's going on, it's happening right now. There's people piling into precious metals like we've never seen before. I know that because my wife sells for Miles Franklin. She's a broker.
Oh, she is. Well, Andy Scheckman's a good buddy of
Yeah,
mine, so
well,
I
he's a
buy
great
from
guy.
Andy. So
Yeah, that's
a
awesome.
lot. Yeah, and so we both love physical gold, right?
Sure, right.
Absolutely.
And silver. When this happens, my theory is you're going to have to mine for more.
Well, and your point's well taken there because in 2019, we mined more gold than we've ever mined in a year before. And gold mining is continuing to increase. So took a hit in 2020 because lots of mines shut down. You had these even supply chain issues. Couldn't get gold from the mines to the mints, et cetera, et cetera. 2021, the numbers are down, but I fully expect 2022 to be record gold production in the world once again. So even though price of gold's somewhat depressed, I mean, it's come off 15%, but these
Looks a lot better than the stock market.
these dips is when those buying opportunities for people like you and me and the people that
on
know
sale.
about hard money, and gold's the only money. It's the only money.
If steaks are on sale, what do? You
Yeah.
buy steaks.
Yeah. And stocks are on sale, you buy stocks. Unfortunately, a lot of people buy stocks when they're not on sale. I
Yeah.
never quite understood that.
They FOMO in, and you know, it's strange because yes, the price of gold's down, not near as bad as the stock market. But normally, as the price of gold falls and silver, people will stop buying.
I
It's
know,
not like
it's
that
crazy.
this time. This time's different. I'm telling
Oh,
you, they're
okay.
buying as it's falling.
Well, that's good
They're
because you're
waking
buying
up.
cheaper. And the thing about gold, and you and I both know it, and I'm sure most of your audience retains its value. You know, like I wear really nice suits at these conferences, and an ounce gold buys me a really nice suit. No, a really nice suit, made to measure, really nice suit. In 1982, the price of gold was $400. Bought you a top of the line suit. In 1935, gold was $35 in the Depression. Bought you a really nice suit. In 1922, when gold was $20.67 an ounce, fixed by the U.S. government, bought you a top of the line, made to measure suit. So, just saying, it retains its value. And it's the only thing it does. Well, I mean, we're probably preaching the choir.
Yeah,
here,
I'm pretty sure, but yeah, well,
But I don't mind.
I don't either. Yeah, I like it because, you know, what has there been 600 fiat currencies we can put our hands on and know about, and they all
Yeah.
return to zero,
Yeah.
and they're worth the paper they're printed on. That's
No,
nothing.
that's what's happening. What the inflation print came out yesterday at well over 8%. And if in reality, if you hear, I don't know if you know about this website called Shadow Government Statistics.
Oh, yeah, John Williams Shadow
yeah,
Stats,
So
love it.
yeah, so what John Williams tell you right now? Double that. Inflation's actually about 17%. And go to the grocery store and tell me if that's not correct. Or go to the gas pump.
Well, they take that out.
Yeah.
They don't even put that in the
Yeah.
CPI.
and so what, John
All the
Williams?
stuff we need.
Your audience may know this, but some of them probably won't.
Well,
but
if you
he
don't, go there and check it
He
out.
calculates it the way it was done in 1980 before they started revising all this
Yeah.
stuff. Well, why they do that? Because if they told you what inflation really was, they'd bankrupt Social Security, right?
Every Social Security person would have to get a raise.
Right.
You know.
Well, I'm old enough to get Social Security, and I just got an 8.7% raise for next year. Social Security increase, the highest, folks, since 1981.
Yeah, it's really incredible. We're going to get to see it, and it's coming up quick.
It's coming.
Is there anything that a lot of people are just waking up, like I told you? And guys, if you're just getting started, I'm going to be trying to ask the most intelligent people that I run into on my travels this same question. What can somebody do if they're just starting? They're just kind of, whoa, this is happening, and you go down the rabbit hole and you start listening to Rick Rule and me and the Economic Ninja, and you're really starting to see how things are falling apart. What's the first thing somebody should do?
Well, I think you need to buy physical gold in your physical possession. That's where you start. So take some of your assets. You know, personally, I have somewhere probably about 25% of my net assets in physical gold, and I don't like third-party risk, which I think destroys the reason to own gold. So I have it readily available to me. If you want to play the junior stock market game, it's in a real extreme bear market right now, and you know, find some newsletter writers you trust or some professionals, talk to them. I personally think, and it's too early to buy right now because I don't see it, the bottom in junior stocks. They're in world hurt right now, but there will be tremendous buying opportunities coming up. And you want to position yourself so when you see the market turn, get in near the bottom, and you know, it's the old thing, buy low, sell high, but you don't want to get greedy. So that's why we do this, the what we call profit stops, where you sell half when it doubles, you take all your money off the table. And so you got no risk and play the rest of it for profit. And we set stops going up, so we sell in tranches going up. So you're always trying to make money in this thing. And don't get greedy. You know, the thing about trading stocks, and this applies to the small markets and the big markets, is trade without emotion. Know why you buy. Know if something changes, why you should sell. But don't get greedy. You know. Bernard Baruch, one of the most famous entrepreneurs, stock market players of the 20th century, said, "I made all my money selling too soon." And if you look at the history of Barney Baruch, he got his start in the gold fields of Canada, of Ontario and BC. A lot of his money he made in gold mines in Canada. So just don't get greedy. Trade without emotion. Markets often run on three emotions: fear and panic and greed, and in the middle of all those is panic. So people fear they're going to miss the next big thing, and so they get greedy, and they fear that they're going to sell at the bottom, and they panic and sell, and so take emotion out of trading.
That's a whole lot easier said than done.
It is.
It is. Got to experience several $100,000 up, and I've got to see it go all the way down too. It's a lesson that you learn that you never really forget.
Yeah.
And I really like that, by the way. I'm going to try to remember that.
Yeah. So you got greed and panic, and in the middle you have fear. So fear of missing the next big thing and fear of losing everything.
It's fear on both sides.
And it's fear. It's really, and
you got fear of missing out.
Yeah, and fear is a really strong emotion. You've got to avoid that. You know, if you get fearful, go to bed, sleep on it, get up in the morning, and think rationally.
Yeah, sure.
I do that myself. I have to do that every once in a while.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on with me, Mr. Mickey. It's been a pleasure, and I'll put your email if you want to get in touch with Mickey.
Absolutely.
Or whatever information you want to put, I'll put it in the description below. And get in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think. We're going to keep going and keep bringing evidence of these things coming, because they're coming. There's no way around it. Have an awesome, awesome day. We'll see you in the next one. Later.